Okay, hello and welcome back to another episode of The Long Dark. So in the last episode we kind of moved away from the dam, found ourselves a little cave system where we've dropped off a little stash of stuff. We then kind of progressed out slightly into a new area, but didn't go very far because of the time of the day. So in this episode we're going to go back out that way and see if we can find anything new. So yeah, I think it's just coming to morning, so I'm going to move on out of the cave and yeah, see what we can find in this new area. Really excited to see whether there's something as interesting as the dam out there for us to explore. Hopefully find some exciting new weapons or lots of food or something like that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, cross this as safe as possible. So yeah, I mean, it's been maybe like a week now since I've released a Long Dark video. I've been picking up a few other bits and pieces, doing some more Ark videos, a bit of Rocket League, done a Faeria battle with Masterless, as well as progressing the Faeria battles. So I've kind of been picking up a few different things like that. But I'm definitely kind of committed to continuing the Long Dark series as well. So here we're back with another one, and yeah, we'll keep going. As all the areas are sort of interlinked, there should be a lot for us to explore if we can kind of survive. As we kind of started at the Mysterious Lake, we've done that dam bit. Now we're moving into Pleasant Valley. I think there's a coastal highway or something like that, and a few other little bits and pieces. So yeah, hopefully there's lots to see. Let's put these away. Okay, so we kind of went up that way initially, so I'm thinking if we kind of go that way quick and then progress on further, we'll see what we can find. I think we're going to have to drop down here slightly. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we'll head up this way, past the bits which we saw, the little hunter's hideout thing, and yeah, hopefully we might find something interesting at the top of the hill. Kind of feel like, you know, in an environment like this, top of a hill might be a good place for something. You know, a lookout post, or I don't know. What do you have at the top of hills? Radio towers, something like that. So that's the hide and the little cave that we went into over there. So we'll carry on sort of over this way a bit. Keep our eyes out for any nasty wildlife. We don't want to run into any more wolves at this stage, ideally. Is this one we've already harvested? I'm not sure. Nope, haven't harvested this guy, so might as well do that. It's only got guts left by the looks of it. A chilly start to the day by the looks of things. So there's that. There's also a broken arrow, might as well take that. See if this guy's got anything. Oh, empty. I'm guessing we do actually already come this way then. Interesting that you can actually store things in corpses. So yeah, we could leave things behind. Okay. Looking out for interesting things. It's one of those situations where you really do kind of have to keep looking around, because just a tiniest little glimpse of something could be really important. There's that sun rising, which is useful. Hopefully things will warm up a little bit, because we are quite cold at the minute, I think. No, that's just you being a bit dim. Okay, just checking out down that way, because it's kind of like sort of situation where there could be something down in the bottom there. Um, we also have to sort of remember to be able to navigate our way back, so we don't want to go anywhere too complicated, or we need to ensure that if we do, we can stay safe, stay warm. Do we go up? Do we go down? It's a good question. I'm feeling up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're at risk for hypothermia, but that's not too concerning at the minute. Hopefully we'll be able to get somewhere. There's got to be somewhere around out here. It's not going to be completely empty, I'm sure. But yeah, if we can get to somewhere, then we can get inside. We can warm up a little bit, get a bit of sleep as well if necessary. Ooh, so there's something over there. So yeah, hopefully we can get to that from the top of here. Looks like we probably can. Cool, excellent. So we found something new. Come on, be something good there. So it's funny earlier that I was talking about the fact that you might have a radio tower or something at the top of the hill, and there is one. Yeah, I had no idea that was there, but look, yes. Can we make it over there? Do we need to go around? Probably. And just sort of kind of go down this way. Don't break your leg or anything. That would be disastrous. And around this way. Okay, hopefully there's no walls or anything in this bit. It's just full of loot. Okay, it's fairly. Yeah, there's not a lot here by the looks of it. Is there a way in? Aha, broken bit of fence. So yes, we have a way in. Is this a building that we can get inside? It is. Yep, looks like we can get inside that. Is there anything else around out here before we just go in there? Some wood. A fire barrel, so we can start a fire there to warm up outside if necessary. Let's have a quick look inside. Hopefully it's got a bit of a bunker going down into the hill or something, not just this tiny little building. Insulated boots, they're going to be good. Tin of coffee, toasted sardines. Okay, food, always good. Some new gloves. So that's a workbench, so we can make stuff if necessary. Does the microwave work? Nothing in the microwave. Ooh, hunting rifle. Oh yes. Oh yes, that's nice to see. I have no idea how easy it's going to be to use, but you know, wow, excellent. Oh, I'm excited now. Oh yes, 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 yes. Somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to give. Military grade MRE, good quality and meets all technical requirements, but considered real food. Okay, but questionable. Okay, Parker. So we've got something potentially quite warm. Okay, let's see what else we got around before we start kind of bailing out on anything. Oh, nearly missed that. That would have been a shame. A little bit dark in here, we might have to light up the old torch. Okay, first aid kit. Always worth checking. Good. This is true. See what we can find in these lockers. Lots of bits and pieces in here. Definitely have to leave some of it behind though, I think, once we've reviewed what we've got. Rifle cartridges, useful. Socks, flare. Okay. Do we have any more fuel on us to light this torch off with? Where's the torch? Where's the torch? Here around somewhere. Can't see it. We're looking. There it is. Actions. Okay, so we've got no more fuel for that, so we will have to use flares if we need any more light. Okay. Quick look in here. Check the drawers out. Don't want to leave anything useful behind. Okay. Soda. Lots of drawers to check. Completely empty. That's just cruel. Okay, so there's all empty as well. So it looks like that's kind of about it. I mean, there's furniture in here, so there's stuff that we can break down for firewood. But having said that, do we really want to in here? How we're doing? So we just picked up a load of food and stuff like that. I don't know what time of day it is. About 12 hours of daylight left, so we probably don't really want to be going to sleep. So maybe we just go out. Let's review our kind of clothing stuff. So we've picked up a worn old-fashioned parka. So that's like, it's warmer but not so good in the rain, and it's heavier and slows you down a bit. What else did we get? Military coat, slightly warmer, but everything else is a bit rubbish. So let's drop the military coat, wear the parka. What else? Okay, nothing there. We've got a new t-shirt which is of reasonable quality but pretty useless for everything generally, so we might get rid of that. I don't think we got anything for our head. Did we get some new gloves? Decent work gloves, so they're a bit warmer, better for the wind. So yeah, I think we'll wear those and maybe drop off one of these sets of gloves. Legs, we've got some cargo pants which are slightly warmer, so we'll wear those. Looking very khaki there, very brown. Good for hiding in the trees, I suppose. Thermal underwear, yeah, okay, nothing else there. So we're wearing some decent wool socks. Climbing socks are a bit cooler, so might as well leave those ones where they're at. Those climbing socks are warmer and better in the rain, so we'll wear those instead of the other socks that we've got on. Boots, I think we picked up some insulated boots, didn't we? Decent insulated boots compared to the worn ones, so might as well wear those and hold on to the warm ones for now. How we're doing from a weight perspective, we're very, very heavy. Very, very heavy. That's not so good. So what can we bail on? So we might have to just remember the spots here and kind of leave a little stash of stuff again. Too many sets of jeans, so I'm going to drop those ones. How are we doing? So we've got wood. Where is a lot of that weight coming from? I suppose the gun's probably quite heavy now, isn't it? 4 kilos here. And our axe, we picked up those bits of wood outside, which we'll probably use before we head off so we can warm up a little bit, but it's not lots. God, I wish I could level up my weight. Decisions. How are we doing for calories? I suppose one of the things that I'm thinking is that, calories might as well be in us rather than being on our back. So if we can kind of eat some things that are a little bit heavier. So if we have a look at that from a food perspective, the weightiest food that we've got is the tinned peaches. So I'm thinking, let's eat the tinned peaches. Might as well use the can opener on it. There we go. So that's doing our thirst and our food a bit. Still ridiculously heavy. And then have to leave these clothes behind. I mean, I know it's not a lot, but got a lot of weight to drop. And we do have spare clothes lying around in the other spots that we've been to. I might have to leave that storm lantern behind because that one's of a higher star, so I'm guessing that's kind of like your damage sort of to it or something like that. So I'll leave that torch behind, keep that one. What else we got on us? Not a lot in terms of these. So you need to get rid of 5 kilos still. We can get rid of a little bit of the wood when we go and doing that, but I guess we could hydrate. That will get rid of a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Okay, so let's head back outside. We'll light a fire up. What do we check over here? Lantern fuel, definitely what we need. We won't take another lantern, or is it? Let's just check it out. Because that's good. So it's fueled. So what we can do is we'll come back here and we will drop that. It's 36%. That's kind of a shame. Fairly certain we've got another one lying around though somewhere, so drop that one. One of the things that I did research outside of the game is that you can pick stuff up by using the right click. So you can, there we go, let's just holster that. So there are ways with some of it, there you go, so like that, you can pick stuff up and put it down. So you can kind of organise things a little bit. Apparently not with the storm lantern though, I guess you have to just kind of place that one with that place mechanism instead. So yeah, makes arranging our stuff when we get back to the dam or wherever we end up kind of setting up base, yeah, makes that a bit better. Just check out this peacoat before we do anything. Good for wind resistance, good for rain. The rest of it's not too special. So I'm going to leave that behind for now. Let's go back outside. So it's a really challenging game in certain senses of knowing what to take with you, what to leave behind. With not having much experience with it, it really is hard to tell what is best. Okay, looks like that gives us a reasonable chance of success. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that to start with. Try that out. can get that going, that will just warm us up a little bit for the next kind of phase of our journey, really. When we looked inside, we still had a reasonable portion of the day left. So it's kind of a decision about where we sort of... No, that's a shame. How's he doing for cold, by the way, now? God, I can't remember how to check that out. Did it say in the first aid bit? No. I don't know. I kind of don't want to waste a load of the wood and stuff. What I'm trying to do it outside would maybe be better when we do it inside. It's a bit safer. Also, I'm assuming that we can't really climb this thing and see if there's something super awesome at the top. So there's our rifle. How do we aim it? There we go. So you really want to be standing still, because as soon as you start moving, that aim is all over the shop. Okay, so that's cool. Although I do need to check. Does it say how much? Oh, so we've got 12 ammo, so not lots. Okay, so there's some sort of farm building down there by the looks of it. A little bit of a silo. So that might be a good spot to sort of head towards. What else? Can we see anything else? Don't want to fall off the edge. Just, yeah, farming village. Looks like there's something on the go over that way. Can't see much else, so I think we can try and head down there. It may be foolish to kind of spread ourselves too thin, you know, go too far in one go, but I want to make it interesting for you guys, and I want to, I want to push on. I don't want us to just spend all of our time kind of running back and playing it too safe. Especially when we've got a lot of the day left. We've got a lot of stuff on us, so if we can build up a decent fire, which we have accelerant for, so that should allow us to actually kind of achieve a fire. Yeah, if we can do all that, then we should be in a reasonably sound position. I mean, the cave system's back over that way. We know that. We've got that in our mind. We've got that radio tower there at the top of the hill, so we can sleep the night there, because there is a bed as well. Which I don't know whether there's being in a bed rather than on a bedroll has much of an advantage, but I assume it probably does. But yes, there's a bed up there that we can use if we can't make it all the way back to the cave. Is that something there, or is that just a rock? I can't quite tell. Looks like there's something tied around it or something. I don't know. We're still pretty weighed down at the minute, actually. I probably should have dropped some of that wood. And as we get tighter, that's it's going to get harder. I mean, it's decent quality wood, but we do have the means to sort of break furniture down and stuff like that if the opportunity arises. It looks like some rope or something wrapped around a rock. Okay, so this kind of allows us to climb down. That's pretty cool. I think if this was actually me, I'd be pooping myself climbing down this wall. I'm not great with heights, but yeah, he's clearly an adventurous kind. I'm just going to go and climb down a rope, no problem. I need to sort of try and remember that spot in order to kind of get back up to that radio tower. Estimated time, nothing. Oh, it's because we've not chosen anything yet, have we? Silly. 1 hour 20, 1 hour 40, so yeah. Let's do that. Blooming cold. Come on. getting cold, we're getting tired. Let's just fuel up a little bit. That should hydrate us, and oh no, it doesn't hydrate you. I would have thought tomato soup would give you a bit of hydration. Seems kind of harsh. Okay, so is it worth starting a fire, do you think? It may well be, just in case. Although we might have just dropped all our wood. Let's have a look. Fire. Reclaimed wood, so we've got some reclaimed wood, so that gives us a starting point. Not a massive chance of success going on here. So I'm thinking if we use the accelerant for this one. Okay, that should help warm us up a bit. We can add some more fuel onto there to keep it warm for a little bit. We don't want to use the wilderness kitchen, ideally we want to read that at some point. So I've got an hour and 4 minutes to sort of chill a little bit. I don't really want to walk away from the fire because otherwise we're not going to warm up. So if we put down the bedroll wherever it's gone, place that sort of there. I believe we can kind of play cards sort of for an hour. So we got 1 hour on that, 1 hour here. No, I just chose to sleep. Meant to play cards. Oh well. Essentially the same thing, I suppose. So let's pick that up. We're now warm. And we came from down there, we're heading off this sort of direction. See if we can find that farm. I'm hoping it's just not just kind of like a barn and outsidey sort of thing. It's actually kind of got a bit of a farm building there, but we'll have to wait and see. Still pretty heavy again. And there's that bridge that we could see, so the farm should be sort of slightly over that away. Don't really want to have to pick up little sticks and use them. They're not that great for the fuel, but as we just dropped a load of wood using burning out that fire, it's probably worth taking some just in case there isn't anything at this this barn for us to use. We've got meat on us, so if we do find a fire we can cook. I thought there was something moving over there, then it's just like a sign or something. I suppose you can probably try and use the rifle on rabbits, but it seems kind of like a waste. And at this stage I think we really want to save it for in case we come up against wolves or bears or anything like that. Well, that looks like it could be a decent spot. There's a couple of buildings there. Hopefully with it being a farm there's going to be lots of food or something, maybe. Although I suppose it probably would have been fresh food, vegetables, which may not be in such a good way now. Although in the cold, might have frozen or something. Like a car over there. Interesting. Might be something stashed away in the car. Oh, looks like a nice house. This could be a really good spot for us to sort of settle for a little bit. Hopefully the fact that they've got a dog kennel doesn't mean there's a dog around to attack us. First. Yeah, dog food. Who stores their dog food in the dog kennel, really? And it's like you wouldn't put the can there because it's like, well, the dog's not going to open it. It's just really random, but not going to complain. Emergency food. Okay. Well, this is nice. This is quaint. I think we could cope with this. Baseball cap. Don't see that that's going to be a lot of use to us. Yeah, me too. So, okay, clothes. So let's check them out, and if they're no good, we'll put them back in the cupboard. So it's not as warm, but it's windproof. Completely missed what the other thing was then. Oh, decent hoodie, which we've got a ragged hoodie on, so I'm guessing the decent one's going to be slightly better. So if we don't want to repair it, want to wear it. So that's this one. Wear the decent one. So we can put the ragged hoodie in there. And the light shell. Okay. So think of any significance under there. It looked like it was something at first. Excellent. Soda, the Wilderness Kitchen Guide, so we can do a bit more reading on better cooking. Table, cup of herbal tea. I'll take that. Not going to be the tastiest cup of herbal tea if it's been set there for that long, but yeah, I'm liking this place. I reckon we could survive here a bit. Might take that. Oh, no, I don't want to break that down. I want to pick up the can. Pop. Take that because I think we could probably use that. Cool. So we got a fireplace. So we could start a nice fire to stay warm. And so yeah, there's that other can of grape soda. So what I'm going to do is unload some of our stuff over here. So that we're not carrying around too much. So I'm thinking is we can just arrange these nicely up on our shelf. Dog food. Like walking into a grocery store or something. It's kind of cool because we've got a decent amount of liquid there. We've got some dog food, some condensed milk, which I think was fairly high in calories. Some more liquid. So we've got a few things to drink, a little bit of food, not loads and loads, but you know, we've got some meat on us to cook as well. So hopefully we can do that. More food, more food. Let's take us back outside. We've got another lantern there, so I might pick that up so we can place it in a centralized location. So I think if we use this dining table maybe for some of those sort of bits and pieces, then we just know where everything is. Okay, so what else we got going on in here? So there's lots of things for us to break down for fuel as well. It will. More stuff and things. Hopefully there's a nice bed upstairs as well, because that'd be really cool if we had a good bed to sleep in rather than having to use our roll mat all the time. Metal part. Ah yes, accelerant. Always good. Looks like we're getting tired. No, we don't want to do that. We want to just do that. That's cool. So we've got a proper stove, so we can do some cooking there. I'm hoping. There's firewood next to it. More drink. More lighting stuff and things. There's another outside door. Anything in the fridge? And the freezer? Nothing in the freezer. Okie dokie. So I think we had a couple more bits to drop off there. Let's just check the bathroomy bit whilst we're here. There we go. It's over this way. Bit of light reading for when on the toilet. Sewing kit. Woolen socks. What kind of a person keeps their woolen socks by the toilet? That's a bit dirty. Okay, cool. Draw. Possibly. Okay, yep. So let's go and drop some more of those bits and pieces down. Drop. Drop all. Drop. There we go. Okay, so stash some of these again. Lots of stuff. Nice tin of tomato soup. You know, considering there's like those saucepans on the hob, it'd be really good if we could actually kind of warm that soup up. Oops, I think I might have just eaten that. Oh well, we need calories at some point. Let's put some tea out. More sodas. Food. Nice little survival stash we got going on here, that's for sure. Okay, so we're nearly there. We've got a few shells that we can fill up as well below. And some more peaches. Yeah, peaches. Cool, okay. There's only bits to drop down on the table, do you reckon? Still weighted. I think it's because we're getting tired. We're very heavy now. We've got tin openers, we've got flares, we've got leather. Kind of need to cook this meat up at some point before it goes really dodgy. Well, that's fresh venison, that's cooked stuff. Let's eat that. Let's drink some water as well because we're a bit thirsty, and that's heavy. So there we go, so that's water. Okay. Got a load of medicine, so I think it'd be good if we had like a medicine cupboard somewhere. So if you have sort of dropped medicine on here. Something like that. Ugh, intense. Shame those don't sort of all come in one, really. Kind of a shame that you sort of have to drop them. I didn't see a way of doing it without sort of dropping them, really. But it's all worth it in the end. It's all part of the game. And it will mean that we're in no way weighed down as much as we were before, so hopefully we'll be able to move around a bit more and be able to pick up more stuff when we go to different places. I'll probably reorganise these a little bit as well whilst I'm offline, rather than doing it in front of all you guys, just to make it look a little bit nicer, arrange it in a better way. So yeah, it was that baseball cap, we don't need that, so let's see what else there is. More drink. It's a proper good stash place this is, and I think there was another building to explore as well, so hopefully that's just as fruitful. Flare, we've got loads of flares now. Let's go over here. Lots of books. Yeah, I know. More drink, pictures, books. Remember those books are lying around because that's really good for fuel stuff. Okay, it's not too bad. Can probably kind of just double check some of these rooms as well at a later date. Little toy blocks. Really that tired? More food. I kind of want to be able to. I tell you what, let's have 1 hour's sleep. I don't want to give him too much because otherwise we're going to end up waking up in the middle of the night, which is a bit awkward. So yeah, we'll just have a little bit of sleep, just to kind of get him going through the rest of this search. Ski jacket, that's got to be quite good, I would have thought. I'll stick it in the closet downstairs again though if it's not of use at this stage. Getting a bit dark. Use a flare though ideally. Let's light it up. Okie. Shame there's no electric in any of these places because it'd be good if we could actually turn real lights on. Okay. Okie dokie. Lots of socks. Kiddies play area. Crib. Getting hungry as well. It's a right little maze. Be good if we could get some more bullets. I mean, we've got quite a few, 12 I think it was, but you know, it's the more the better because I don't know how easy it's going to be in terms of accuracy, and it's like, you know, does one bullet kill one? Does it take a couple? Okie dokie. Looks like we've got a nice bed up here to chill out in. See some, what's that metal under there? Getting weighed down again from being heavy and tired. TV. Let's just check out these last few bits. Another big bed. Table. We've already been in here. I feel like we've already been in here. Okay. So we've got another little bathroom cupboard, medicine cabinet, bath. Nice to have a little, a shower. Use a proper loo. Ah, toilets is a potable water source. Amazing. Who knew? Well, I suppose we knew, but never really thought about it. It's not something that you generally consider, but I suppose in a survival world, it's kind of the way forwards. Drinking toilet water. Okay. Could use a lot of things. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to dump those other bits downstairs. Ooh, another can of pop. That was hiding. Been in there, been in there, been in there, been in there, been in there. Been all over the shop. So let's just drop these down on the floor. As I say, I'll kind of sort them out later. You get the idea of how it works, but it's not the most exciting thing to watch. So I'm just going to drop them down. I'll transfer the clothes in because that's fairly easy. Just drop it to the food menu, it's easier. There we go. Let's transfer those clothes over. Clothing. So bits that we aren't using. Stick it all in one place. At least then we know what we've got. Yeah, that's about it. So we'll do that. We'll just have a look, see through here. Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take the newspaper, come over this way, grab this wood, and we'll start with the stove. There was another wilderness kitchen out there, so we could use that one as fuel if necessary, but let's try that first. I'm feeling lucky this time. We missed out with the fire outside. The inside fire is going to work. We're going to get that going up and running, and yeah, we'll be able to cook something. Once we've done that, we've got the venison on us, so we can cook that up, which will hopefully put us in a good position. Another thing we can probably want to do here is if we created a little campfire outside, we could then melt snow and then bring the dodgy water inside to purify. Okay, so let's add some more fuel. That's a good situation to be in. Let's cook this venison. Cook this venison. So we're feeling warm, we're a bit tired, well we're very, very tired, and we are hungry. We can cook up those mushrooms as well, can't we? Okay, so we can melt snow inside, that's interesting. Okay, so it's very, very tired now. Let's melt 2 litres of snow. He's not going to thank me for it, but if we boil up the 2 litres of water now, or as much as we can, that'll give us more potable water, and then we can go to sleep. So now we've got food, we've got water, we've got shelter, we've got a decent stash of food and water and various other bits and pieces in there. I think, based on what I saw earlier, we can drop that, drop it in like little litre bottles maybe. Just make sure, yes, they are dropping. So we've got little litre water bottles there, so that's pretty cool. So we do that. So we've got decent stash of water, decent stash of food, nice little home. We've got lots of medicine. Actually, I think we've got a few more bits of medicine, haven't we? Yep, so just drop those over there whilst we're here. Some fancy teas. We've got a decent stash of clothes. We've got this freshly cooked meat, which is going to give us a really good boost of calories. Might as well eat that one now. 392. Might as well eat them both. To be fair, that'll push us up really nice and high. It's quite heavy stuff, so we wouldn't want to be carrying it, and I guess it might spoil as well. So food-wise, we're fairly solid there. We've got accessibility to lots of things around us in terms of fuel to break up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get a really good night's sleep in not the child's bed. It's the bathroom. It's over this way, isn't it? We're going to stretch out in this massive bed. So yeah, no, I don't really want to put that down. I want to extinguish it. Let me extinguish it. There we go. Extinguishing it. Bed has disappeared because it's so damn dark. There it is. Okay. So yeah, it's night time. We spent a day out. We found a radio tower thing. We found a farm, which is really good. Lots of stuff there. We got a gun. That's super amazing. So I think all in all, it's been a really productive day. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to finish this episode in that spot. I'm going to have a full night's sleep, and then in the next episode we'll do some more exploration around this area, and we'll probably come back to this as our base for a little bit. See what happens. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the morning. If you enjoyed that, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.